Hello, hello. Welcome to Guru Grit. We're going through a book series at the minute on the Edgar Cayce health remedies from two of the books that I have that I mentioned a lot extensively in the first video that we did, which was on acne, eczema, and other skin conditions. So today I wanted to discuss castor oil packs. What are they and what is their significance, their benefits, and I can speak from experience. I started using them in my mid-20s and have found them to be quite useful. But I did the methods given by Dr. Andreas Moritz from Energy. And yeah, it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. So let's just get into it right away. For those of you who don't know, my name is Monika and I am here on Guru Grit. So let's just figure out how to make our lives better any way that we can. So Palma Christi is the palm of Christ, which is the name that was given to the castor oil plant actually during the Middle Ages, and they say they don't really know where it comes from or why, but the author of one of the books has given two examples where he says, you know, his sons experienced like a miracle healing through castor oil, one of them in particular having a dream of Jesus Christ putting his hand where the castor oil pack was on the boy, and then the boy had the dream and told his parents, and when they removed it, he was healed. And then they took him to a doctor. He even mentions him by name, did an examination, said there's nothing wrong with your child anymore. So I was like, well, maybe there's some spiritual thing, but I think, you know, all plants, like nature is God's pharmacy, so that to me is just, you know, I'm into energy, so that to me just makes perfect sense. So what has it been used to help with? So according to one of the books, here's a list that's been compiled, and I've added some other things, but scleroderma, okay, appendicitis, slipped discs, general pain disorders. So general pain disorders, if you put the pack over the general area that you're experiencing the pain, you should see some kind of improvement. Tumors, tinnitus, nausea. And another thing, if you've been on TikTok, people have been talking about, someone from TikTok messaged me and said, hey, you know, someone said that using them when you have your period is supposed to help period pains, but it's not really helping. I don't know if I'm doing it right. So we can discuss that as well. But the interesting thing here is fibroid tumor testimony came in one of the books. A woman said that she had fibrous tumors in her uterus, and she ended up applying them every night at bedtime, and then waking up to remove it and go back to bed. And after 6 months, she went to the doctor and he said that they're gone. There's nothing there. So again, you know, read for yourself, find out for yourself, try for yourself, always seek the advice of a trained medical professional, this, that, the other. I'm not endorsing anything. I'm just telling you what the books say, and from my own experience I can speak, but that's about it. Clearing intestinal tract and lymphatic systems. This is very common knowledge. Castor oil is a very popular, all-natural laxative. So it's been used for so long as a laxative. Mothers would give it to their children to ingest. I've never drank it, but I've used it to clear my skin. So it's good for skin clearing, as I discussed extensively in the first video that I did, as I just mentioned. So castor oil is also like a drying oil. So if you do like oil cleansing to remove your makeup, you want to be sure to mix it with another oil. So I said that, you know, jojoba oil is my favorite, but you could just use like extra virgin olive oil and do it that way, or mix it in with a moisturizer. Don't just apply it by itself, because over time it will start to do too good of a job. Okay, a castor oil pack. So how do you make a pack? This is very, very easy. I use like gauze strips, but just a flannel sheet. So I just took the instructions out of this book and added a couple of things myself. But it says 12 to 14 inches. So let's say a castor oil pack. I'm going to discuss the ones that I did, which is for my liver to help clear my skin and help with allergies. So if you're not aware, liver's on the right side of your body, starts about here, and it's quite a large organ, so it's going to wrap it around a bit, okay? So you're going to take that strip, you're going to take your castor oil. This is the one I get from my health food store, so it's quite a chunky bottle, but you can, just wherever you can find it, okay, castor oil. You put the castor oil on the cloth, so it should have castor oil on it, but it's described as not dripping with it. And the reason is that your body temperature is going to heat it up and it's going to start to run everywhere and get really, really messy. It's just not necessary. So I would put it around my liver. Then I would take cling film, saran wrap, whatever you want to call it, and I would wrap my body around with that, so kind of locking it in. And then I would lie down on a towel under me. I would have like an old t-shirt and put the towel under me, because it's going to run everywhere, make a mess. And it says to use an electric heating pad, and I have a little mini like hot water bottle. I really like it because it fits perfectly across my hips. I bought this literally 10 years ago at Indigo, which is a bookstore here in Canada. But just get like a hot water bottle, and I would just put it on there, and I would just lie back, maybe with my head a bit raised, reading something, watching something, just relaxing. Now, in the book, it says it a bit differently. So it says to take safety pins, and what you would do then is wrap the bath towel. Maybe at the time it was written they didn't have saran wrap, I'm not sure, but it says to wrap the bath towel around the flannel strip and then safety pin it around your body. That way it wouldn't go running everywhere. I just feel like mine's a little bit easier. And then leave on for 1 to 1.5 hours with the heating pad there. Another thing you could do though is I've also heard, it's totally up to you, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this method, but is to put, let's say, 2-3 tablespoons that you would use of this into a bowl, and then microwave it on like 10-second intervals for like 30 seconds. It shouldn't be so hot. Like, please exercise sense. Don't burn yourself, okay? You should be able to touch it. It should just be a little bit runnier, and then pour it on the cloth, and then that way you just like put it on wherever you're needing the help. If you're mobile and your ability isn't challenged, then perhaps also doing it after a bath when your skin is particularly porous would also be quite helpful. Okay, so you leave it on for an hour to an hour and a half. And so this means you don't sleep with it overnight, you know, like listen to the instructions. I feel like the efficacy of so much fails people because they just don't listen to the instructions. And I know I am people, so I've tried and this really works. Okay, then it says to rinse the area with a baking soda solution. So in one of the books it says 2 teaspoons baking soda to a quart of water, but obviously it's going to be quite like castor oil is really thick and like gloopy. So, I mean, if you want to use less water and more baking soda to kind of exfoliate it off the skin, that's fine. But basically to wash it off with this natural solution is fine. And then it just says the frequencies to use once a week or once a day for a week. So use every day, so 7 days for 1 week, and then stop and see if you've gotten any results. Now, what I really, really appreciate is, okay, so just to sum this up, if you're having issues and it's not helping your period cramps, you're putting it in the front here. It's to actually use the instructions. Make sure you have a heating pad. Make sure you can, like, you know, well, the heating pad would help you no matter what because it really helps cramps. But make sure you have a heating pad. Make sure you've got the cloth. You're using enough of the castor oil. To be fair, like, it will last you a while. I've been through, like, I want to say this is like my 5th bottle. So it just lasts quite a while. But then again, I don't do this every day, right? So in any case, and then you wrap yourself up, make sure it just doesn't go running everywhere and get too messy, wash it off, and you should see some results. Actually, putting it around your pelvic area is also said to help with constipation. And someone asked about acne. They said simultaneously, I'm also really constipated. Can that have an effect? And the answer, according to Edgar Cayce, is yes, because that is an issue with the process of elimination. And actually, when I was reading about castor oil ages ago, it did say that back in the day, moms would rub it on their babies' bellies to help them go to the bathroom when they couldn't poop. So just supposed to be like a miracle plant. So what I really appreciate about the books is that they said, but how do you know it will work? Because, like, what role does belief or faith play into this? Because people just think, you know, this is ridiculous and medicine is advancing. I mean, these questions, these recordings, the ones that I read, one came from 1931, the other one was like 1933. And the author of one of the books says, well, like as Edgar Cayce says, if you have a castor oil consciousness, take castor oil. So if you like believe it will help you, then it will. Just like if you believe that the path of least resistance for you is to go to a modern medicine practitioner and take whatever they prescribe you, that's going to benefit you the most. If you don't think that, then this will benefit you the most. If you think both, a blend of both. And if you think neither, then neither, right? So you have to know yourself. You really have to understand your own sovereignty and autonomy to be able to keep your body in tip-top shape and live the life that you want, be as healthy as you can be. So I hope that you found this helpful. Just a quick little rundown on castor oil packs. I'm going to go, and castor oil is important because the next video I'm talking about is hair loss and balding. So now this affects women a lot in the modern world, and I'm going to discuss more on that. And so thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you everybody who's been supporting the channel and getting readings through my Etsy. I have some specials on for February because it's like Valentine's month. So we're having fun with that. Email if you want to join the Zoom classes on love astrology and things. So Yeah, thank you so much and have fun with your castor oil packs. I truly hope that you see some results and benefit from them. Until next time, I wish you all the best and I love you all. Bye bye.